What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TechFitness.com, creator of the Outright Bar, partner in Ambrosia Collective, as well as Iron Addicts Gym in Long Beach, California, and husband to this lady right here.
Katie Lobliner.
Katie and I have been spending the whole day cleaning our garage.
We're a hot mess.
We wanted to do this video because we actually gotten a little conversation about it, a heated conversation, because we are extremely, we have kids, and it's a scary situation right now with the human trafficking. We know people who've had that happen to them. It is a huge issue that's not being covered by the media. The media is busy covering just weird stuff. There's kids being rescued by the hundreds in Georgia and other states. We've seen kids be rescued from human trafficking. It's a pandemic. That's the real pandemic. That's what we should be paying attention to. And just as we're kind of in this midst of people starting to get woken up or starting to get more based, so to speak, on the whole human trafficking, child trafficking, Netflix launches a movie called Cuties, which is about, well, girls dancing, little girls, 10 to 12-year-old girls, I believe they were. And, well, you can take it from here, Katie.
For this, I kind of did like a fast forward through the whole movie because I don't want to sit and spend an hour and a half of my time watching it. It's a dance team, right? They come together, and I just kind of stopped where they were dancing just to kind of get an idea what everybody's talking about. And honestly, I've seen stuff very similar at cheerleading type, what's it called, competitions for little kids. So I wasn't too shocked, to be honest, because when we were in North Carolina and Cammie was like 7, 8 years old.
No, she was like 6.
We put her in competitive cheer. However, we chose a group that had Christian background, the owners did, and they had certain guidelines of what they would and would not let the girls do. And that was like their uniforms. There was none of the little crop tops and super booty shorts. And they weren't allowed to wear makeup. But I did go to competitions where other teams did. And, you know, you'd see 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds with little crop tops on, makeup done more than I've ever worn in my life, and dances that were inappropriate. Maybe not quite to the extent of Cuties, but
I never
like,
saw them twerk.
I've seen twerk on the floor type stuff by little girls, so I wasn't all that shocked. I mean, this has been happening for a long time. I think just putting this Netflix movie out just kind of brought it more in the spotlight.
So, I'm a little more over the top, agitated and angry.
No, I am.
At the exploitation of children. And a lot of people might point and say, why are you just noticing it now? Why are you hashtagging cancel Netflix? Well, the reason being is I've never been okay with that. And that's why I wanted my daughter to not do cheerleading. And I remember this event, and Cammie was 6 years old, and I went there because I support my kids, even in something that I didn't know what it was. Because again, we were in North Carolina. Again, these are big Southern women, the moms. I'm talking like 300 plus pound women, most of them are. They go and they live their life through their kids. These kids have makeup on.
Whoa.
They're dressed like whores. They have makeup. They're wearing crop tops.
How's this any different than toddlers and tiaras or whatever?
And I'm against that too. I remember going to this event, seeing a bunch of really, really involved moms living vicariously through their kids, and a few beta dads. You know, a few dads walking with their crotch between their legs, their testicles tucked between their thighs, because that woman runs their lives, okay? And their daughters get up there, makeup on, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years old, dancing inappropriately. Okay, I was disgusted by the whole thing. I drove home, my stomach was nauseous, I was mad at the whole thing. I felt like it was sexualizing children, and I'm like, never. And I remember driving home, I remember telling you, Cammie will never do that. That will never happen. Lucky for us, the club we went to, the dance club, or cheer club, whatever the hell it was, they were conservative, they were Christian. And I'm sure a lot of these, this is the South, this is the Bible Belt, I'm sure most of them are Christian families. But what I'm getting at is, number one is, this doesn't mean we shouldn't hold Netflix to the fire for what they did with this movie, Cuties. I think this was a bad move on their part. I do think it is inappropriate. However, I think we're missing the big picture. The big picture is our children have been sexualized for years. And yes, I do see it coming a lot from the alphabets. In fact, I've even seen them add the P at the end of the LGBT, I think it is now. So there are certain I'm not saying all gay people want pedophilia to be normalized. I'm not saying that at all. Homosexuality does not equal pedophilia. No, that is not. I love gay people. We are all for gay people. That's not what this is about. But by trying to lump pedophilia in with homosexuality, that's not cool with me. And that's not cool with the gay people I know. And that I love and that I'm friends with, all right? So what I'm getting at is there's a movement, I don't know who's doing it, I don't know what satanic bastards are doing this, that's trying to make the P a part of the alphabet homosexual movement, or the alphabet sexual movement, whatever that means. I don't know the proper terminology, so if this is bigoted to you, it's not meant to be, I just don't know how to say it. Basically the LGBT, I forgot, honestly, Q. And then they're trying out a P. So what I'm getting at is we need to wake the hell up. Okay, we need to wake up. Sexualizing children is not okay. Whether you're a 300-pound housewife from North Carolina or whether you're Netflix, a bunch of liberal tycoons running this stuff while everybody's locked down in their house because we have this pandemic and we're all supposed to sit home and Netflix and chill while unemployment goes through the roof. You ever think about that? Like all of a sudden, like, oh, well, we all got to stay home, don't work, we have a pandemic going around, and then it's like, okay, everybody sit back, Netflix and chill. We got Joe the Tiger King, we got him coming out, and we got all this, watch the Tiger King, Netflix and chill, and now they're throwing child sex at us? I mean, that ain't cool. They got us all hooked on Netflix, and now they're throwing child porn at us. What I'm seeing is there could be, I don't know if there's a big evil plot to sexualize children. I don't know that. I don't have the ins. I'm not, just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean I'm a part of Hollywood, nor am I a part of the Illuminati. I didn't get the memo.
So I watched a video of a friend of mine who's a psychologist that I know from growing up, and she had a very good point that basically kids learn from what they see, right? So even though a parent might tell them, you're not supposed to do this, kids are still going to learn by what they see. And just in general, you turn on any TV station or whatever, TikTok, blah, 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 everything is sexualized. So kids learn from what they see. That I thought was a very important point because it's having all of this stuff on TV is normalizing it. The kids are seeing it all the time and they're learning from that.
You know, we're parents, and as with any parent, you try to navigate parenthood. It's very tough, and I have a daughter. Okay, I have a daughter and two sons, and our daughter is 14. And luckily, you know, we've been able to influence her in a positive way. You know, we're married. There's a lot of good things going on, but there's stuff out there. You can't shelter them. So what do you do? What do you do in this situation? But one thing we need to do is we need to let them know this isn't okay. And it doesn't just start with Netflix. Okay, I'm all for, and your point is valid and correct, and I agree with you for once. Okay? What I'm saying is everybody's focusing on Netflix, and I think that's a very good move because Netflix is the big dog. We're cheat coding through Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We're fighting Tyson at the end. We just have to beat one boss. But what about these little cheer and dance organizations that have these girls run around dressed like little hookers?
Right.
That's
pretty much it. I mean,
it's not cool. We need to start. What I'm calling for, Katie, what I'm calling on everyone to do, and I'm not asking you to look. I know the people who watch this channel. I know the people who watch me, follow me on Twitter. Y'all have jobs, okay? My following, not my following, my peers, the people who, I don't like following. The people who watch my stuff, are generally
viewership.
my engage. That's fucking great. I love you. So my engaged viewer. I'm using that from now. My engaged viewership. But then they might think they're like engaged to be married. Would that confuse people?
No.
I'd like to think you guys are smarter than that. So I think a lot of people who watch this channel, y'all are either young, aspiring to be good in business, and want to learn some fitness tips and a lot of other stuff. A lot of you guys are just like us. You're 25 to 40 years old, you have kids, and you want to do the best you can do. You want to be the best you could be. You want to be successful. Maybe you want to start a business. So I'm not asking y'all to go out and picket in front of your dance studio. I don't want you to put people out of business. But I want you to just educate your community that this is happening and this is going on. And if you really want your stomach to turn, I want you to go to one of these cheer competitions. And if you're like me, you'll want to walk out. It was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. I was disturbed.
I think I saw fake eyelashes at like a cheer competition in like 2000 whatever, before it became like a thing for people to wear fake eyelashes. Like, they literally put so much makeup and stuff on these little girls. It's ridiculous. You know, like, we knew we never would do that for Cammie. Like, it was not going to happen.
Yeah, but Thomas looks great in fake eyelashes. So what I'm getting at, guys, yes, we are not in agreement, or I'm not. We're not cool with cuties. It's not our thing. We do not believe it should have been put out there. We do not believe it should have been advertised the way it was. A lot of people, Katie, I don't think they're really as alarmed over the movie itself as they are with the promotion of the movie. If you saw the social media ads for it, it was basically little girls doing this.
Yes, that's what the dance scene and humping the floor and stuff. Yes.
They don't need to be humping at that age.
Right, but like I said, if you try to find some YouTube videos of dance competitions for little girls, I'm not that I should be promoting that, like, but it's probably on the same lines of inappropriateness. So.
And yet, YouTube will deplatform conservatives for saying that hydroxychloroquine might be a good alternative treatment for COVID-19. However, they're totally cool with little girls twerking. Think about that for a second. And he doesn't even know who I am, but JP Sears did a great video. I'm going to link it down below. I am going to link this. And if you know JP, he's my favorite. It's my favorite YouTube channel right now. Again, I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy. So this guy did a video on censorship on YouTube. Being censored on YouTube. Guidelines. And it was amazing, but it was 100% accurate.
Right.
He's the most brilliant YouTuber right now. JP Sears. What is it, Awakening with JP?
I think so.
He is amazing. But anyway, guys, enough. That was not paid for. Again, he doesn't even know I exist. So anyway, guys, that's what we have to say about Cuties. It's not the first. I don't know what we're going to title this. But basically, the whole point of this video is to get across that Cuties is considered a blessing, in my opinion, because it allows me to be awakened, to bring to you that the sexualization of children is way beyond Netflix. It's happening in your community, at your local dance and cheer club.
Not all of them. I do think it's also, as parents' jobs, to teach your kid what is appropriate and what is not appropriate at different age levels, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you all how to parent, but you can't shelter your kids forever, so you have to have those uncomfortable conversations where you tell them about, you know, this is bad, this is good, this is right, this is wrong. Tell them about all those things. And I'm not going to tell you how to have the talk with your kid, you know, which I did, by the way. But I'm not going to tell you all about that one.
No.
But anyway, guys, that's what we have to say. I want to know your thoughts. Did you find Cuties, or the whole thought of Cuties, are you offended by it? Do you know about what's going on potentially at your local dance?
Do you have a kid that is in cheer or dance that wears these outfits that are what we think are inappropriate, or do dances?
Or do you think we're just
happening at local dance studios as a result of this video being out there, this movie, Cuties being out there? How's it changing? I did read online on Facebook someone who's a dance teacher saying, you know, like all of these a lot of dance teachers are coming out now and saying, oh, we're totally against this, blah, blah, blah. But then if you look back at some of their choreography of routines, you'll see little kids doing appropriate stuff. Because it's the cool thing to do now, to say that you're not, doing that.
Capitalism
teaching.
always wins.
Right? So yeah, just be mindful as a parent that...
So again, let us know. Do you think we're right? Do you think we're wrong? Do you think maybe we're just a bunch of old conservative prudes that need to just lighten up and let our kids twerk? Or shake it like a salt shaker? Shake a tail feather? What are some hip hop?
I don't know. We listen to hip hop all day, and we listen to the words sometimes, and it's like, are you freaking kidding me?
You should have heard Katie lip singing to WAP last night. It was amazing.
I don't even know.
What else? Well, when Katie's Italian, so when I say WAP, she gets offended. I'm like, Katie, I love your WAP. She's like, look, don't make fun of my Italian heritage. That really hurts my feelings, Jew boy. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Like this video, share it. I want you to start talking about this. Even if you don't share the video, I want you to start talking about this because this is some societal stuff that we need to deal with, right? I want you to go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Marc Lobliner. Katie's at Katie Lobliner.
Creative, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, basically, and also Instagram at Marc Lobliner, Twitter at Marc Lobliner, Facebook at Marc Lobliner. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, these packages, I want to give a shout out. Katie and Jason Corey are 100%. Katie is in charge of our packaging and our supply chain. So anytime you see a really good looking product from MTS Nutrition, from Outright, or from the other brands we're a part of, you can thank Katie and of course the man editing this video. That is the one and only Jason Corey. And another shout out to Jason Corey's YouTube page. And it is, I think it's Jason Corey, isn't it? YouTube.com/Jason Corey. And I messed it up, but last time, because I said it's a Cane Corso. But I say things how I see them.
I think Jason's had more growth on his YouTube channel than like anyone we've seen.
So he's gone from 0 to 100,000. He's at 150 now. It's him. Basically, it's Jason. It's Bruce Wayne, his Cane Corso. And sometimes you might see awesome things like Jason picking up dog poop and crumbling it with his fingers.
For the record, Preston wants a Cane Corso now.
So,
No.
well, if we get land later on, if you guys buy enough Outright bars, we will get a Cane Corso. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let us know your thoughts. I'm Marc Lobliner.
Katie Lobliner.